Oh, hello there!
Jerry_May just redeemed get a clue. Ads are starting, which means it's break time. Thank you for your patience and stream support. Jerry_May just redeemed Hangman game.
Sorry guys, didn't even realize my microphone went live. Okay, I'm just getting the server booted up and we'll get rocking pretty quickly here. Oh, come on, computer. Which one's this? Nope. Alrighty. So ads are nearly over and I'm just trying to get my game to launch, but for some reason it's being dumb in the extreme. It's taking forever in a day, and I'm not quite sure why. There we finally go. All right. Yay! Okay. All right, so we are where you would expect. I tend to have an addiction to this place. So yeah, we're in the, well, what one could call the kelp room. For some reason today I wanted to call it the pickle room. Not sure why. So welcome to everybody. This is Dylan. And as you probably saw from both the title and the go live, if you got one, was I got up this morning and I'm thinking, okay, this is good. Trying to think about some tasks, like chores and stuff. And I was getting myself ready. And then something on my phone, I don't know what it was, chirped. And I happened to look at the date and I went, okay, that didn't mean much to me. The number didn't mean much. And then my eyes caught the day of the week and I went, oh no. And yeah. So we won't go any longer than usual, but I may go till 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll see. But promise no longer than that. Didn't mean to, I don't know, whatever that means. I didn't mean to do whatever it was. But in any case, yeah, that's why we're here. And today is a bunch of clear cutting and chopping because we're going to be doing some more art. And I was doing something and I can't remember what. Oh, right. Yes, there we go. Compared to where Windows, you are driving me crazy. Compared to where we were on the weekend in Wonderland, I had to move my I had to move my personal chat app back into game, or like move it on a different spot on my screen. So it's just taking me a moment to get my head back in that part of the game. All right. Hoping that I won't miss the chat by moving it to where it should be. Okay, well, being as there's more than one person here, then I can sleep through the night because this is rude for me to not do so. There we go. All right, might as well do a quick check on this and see how we're doing. Okay, not good. Oh, right, yes, okay. I remember that we'd emptied it out and we're slowly building our way back. That's what it was. Okay, I had the second furnace on for too long. And then the kelp itself, as many of you are aware, ages out. And it looks like some of it has, which is no good. But we'll see. Go, kelp, go! You know, as dumb as it sounds, one of the games, I'm wearing a Winnie the Pooh shirt this morning, which is part of what reminded me, but one of the games that I jokingly thought about putting together, because I'm not a Games District person, but is some season doing a version of Pooh sticks. So if you know what that is in the Winnie the Pooh world, basically they stand on a bridge and they all chuck their sticks into the water, and then they see whose stick goes to the other side of the bridge fastest. That's all there is to it. Plain and simple. And so, anyway, long story made short. So looks like there's kelp missing, but there isn't. Long story made short on that is the kelp here reminded me as well, where if you see the kelp, some pieces, they seem to be from the same row, and they seem to be broken about the same time. But some pieces go up quickly, catch the water stream and go right on in, and other pieces just take their sweet time. And then they'll go in when they feel like it. And I mean, it's probably related to which pieces are sources and which pieces aren't. And I wouldn't do it anything like this. I would probably have just the top level and have the water, I don't know what I would do with that. I'd have to figure it out a little bit more, because of course if you just put a row of water, everybody's pieces should go at the same time. The only thing you get as a delay would be either server lag or how long it took you to throw the stick in the water. But maybe that would be more realistic. I'm not really sure. The other thing that would be kind of fun to do with that would be put a few little, like a river of sorts, with a few little waterloggable things in the way to see if that will snag up some pieces so they get do not finishes. But no. Now that I thought about it, to be perfectly blunt, I will probably forget. Because that's what I do. Oh, well, since I last tried to do this... Ah, wrong way. Since I last tried to do this, I had a good amount of kelp blocks be created, so that's fine. Yay! I sort of made it. Well, maybe. Past the limit of the hopper. That sort of feels good. Okay, you can see we were working on banners when we left, so I will get down to that and we'll get everything put away, then we'll get chopping. And Mama Bear, sorry for having you lurk so long. I do apologize heartily for that. It's been an interesting weekend. Had some very, you know, enthusiastic, hopeful thoughts about how I was going to get things under control and not feel like I'm not doing anything and, you know, that sort of stuff. And because I react very negatively to that, as you guys have no doubt seen, actually, let me just do a quick check on the sheet, because if I don't, it'll bug me. You know what? It's one of those what I should really do items, and I'm not going to take care of it today. But if I ever do this type of design again, which is probably likely, as in at least the sheep part of it, not necessarily taking over, imagine, I should probably put the ladder near a door. But I think I put it over here because I needed something to do with the corner. Anyway, the point to that was to say that I just want to check and make sure that it seems like everybody actually is working properly. It is weird to me that some of these guys look like they're the same color. Like I've got the two yellow, they look like yellow sheep here. These might be two yellow sheep, I don't know. But on the other side, looks like I've got two either light blue or cyan sheep. They look the same to me. But then down below, the wool is definitely the right color, so I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, these guys to me look exactly the same. So. Maybe there is two yellow? I might have actually made an extra yellow for some project I was doing. Dang. Okay, so we've got all sheep seem to more or less be the right color. That's good. Okay, let's get out of here. There. Shape hath been checked on. Where is gray? This one. Get rid of those. Excuse me. And get rid of this one, I think. Oops, not that one. There we go. Playing other games, and once again, the inventory is throwing me. Unfortunately, it's a tab button, which is not something that I can actually just re-key in Minecraft, because that would completely confuse me as well when I got back in the game. Excuse me, back in the swing of things. Oh, whoops. Guess that doesn't work. Here, you, come here. Take this off. Now it's kind of orange. That'll work. That's kind of white. Okay, good enough. What's this? It hasn't done anything since I sorted them. Okay, that's cool. So that tells me that anybody who's been on the server since last Tuesday are far enough away that it doesn't load my base. Good to know. What's this? Okay, I can start putting things away. Thing about where am I here? Thing about putting stuff away when I start, part of the reason I do that is because I like to start with an empty hand, right? Okay. This, that's sticks. I'm gonna end up with more sticks anyway. What's this? Inks. Oh, inks. That's that. Gray. Light gray. Oh, whoops. white and black. And there goes the banner. I think that's everything, mostly. Alright, so let's go and get rid of the stuff in the front. Did I actually make all the banners I needed? Okay, let's see. So, oh, that was the box I should put away. Whoops. Jeremy Hillary B. PhD. Yes, I did. And I fussed with a few of the designs that we had done last week and changed them up a little bit so they were more round. And, okay, I can get rid of that, and that. Sometimes I wonder if I should just leave them, actually, as a... Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll just leave them as a dyeing station. Bannering station. I guess I don't really need them because they're not... Bleh. There are not going to be more banner sets this season. Oh, actually that's not true as I look out the window and see the glove. Right, okay. Oh, I know why that's like that. Okay. I was trying to figure out why things just popped out of the way. And I can put... This one can stay. This one can stay. Oops. It's not going to work for me. I have to put it the other way around. Like that. With one of those in the middle. Because the cauldron has to be free. There we go. That's better. Not perfect, but it'll do. Okay. Ooh, actually. Yeah. Let's take this one down. Here. There we go. Alright. At some point, eventually I'll get this working. Maybe. Okay, which one? Oops. That's the one we need to keep. Okay. That one goes back upstairs. Cobblestone. You go here. Random oak sign. I don't remember where that... I mean, I know I've got oak signs over here, but I don't remember why I had that one sitting out. Keep more sticks away later. Toolbox. Oh. Whoops. Oh well. That's fine. Let's just go fix it. I want to leave a sign, so I've always got one available for whatever I'm going to be making. But since I've got a random oak one that doesn't seem to fit anywhere else, I'll leave that one, because I can stack the birch sign. And hey, it blew an entire Minecraft day. You know, sometimes that happens. There, those stack. That can go in there. I'm gonna have a bazillion sticks, so I might as well bring the stick box. That's the wall. These are the sign or banners. There we go. Let's do it this way. Alright. For me, that often happens. Yeah, I can totally imagine it might. That goes over here. I probably... I shouldn't have thought about that. Grr. Let's see. Okay, those three are locked. That goes upstairs. Fine, let's take a pile. Oop. Nope, nope, don't lock that. Just a pile and a half. Let's go upstairs first. Shulker box. Where's gray? Okay, gray. Yeah, that's the one I was looking at. All right. Now I have an extra shulker box. That's good. Let's eat. I don't want to say and let's go, but there's not really much let's go to do. So I'll explain real quick what I'm... Is that the empty one? Okay. Explain fairly quickly what I'm trying to do. So I've been saying... Oh, come on. Sit down. I've been saying repeatedly that I wanted to make, hello. I wanted to make more art. So in the map, we've got, you can see here that, oh, I always hit the wrong one. J looks better than M. It depends on what you're trying to do as to which map looks better. But anyways, so I had done pixel art of the 4 beetles.
Welcome.
Not entirely sure why this is showing the moss quite so clearly, but it's a thing. Hey Phoenix, how you doing? It's not Circles Day today. So I was doing the beetles that way. This is from the Yellow Submarine movie. So I just noticed I was slouching. So what I want to do over here in this space, kind of sort of in behind, I guess, maybe, but something similar, but in roughly a similar space, clear out all these trees and flatten it up, and do a version of something like this, but involving, since it's the Yellow Submarine movie, involving the beetles wearing their I guess say their counterparts, as in wearing the Sgt. Pepper outfits. Their Sgt. Pepper band outfits. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get to the point of making the carpet art design today. Actually, you know what? That's a horrible look. Okay, let's freehand this instead. I can go through that, but not the house. There's Jeremy. I gotta put the signage out for that. Okay, so yeah, you can see it still looks a little janky from where I'm standing. Yeah, it definitely looks janky when it gets their heads off. But in any case, and this one you can't see the signs, or the banners, but we put on here that says like when I'm 64. And on this side then is going to be where the carpet art is, and I'm going to do it, or pixel art. I'm going to do it in the same orientation as these guys. So yeah, let's not do that. Let's do this again. I'm going to do it in the same orientation, just because then it's seeable from here. I was going to originally orient it with relation to the mansion so that you could like come outside and then see it. But one, I didn't do that with this guy, and I'm not going to turn him. It takes far too much effort. But the other piece of it is that if I do it the same direction, then when we show it off as a map or someone flies over, it'll still look good. Right? And then this one over here, if we get time, it's doable as it is, but if we get time on the Dreadful Flying Glove, I'm going to use the spider webs from when I was in the mine shaft earlier this season, and just put like a cloudy tail off the top of that, which is, I'm not very good at organics, but on the bright side for something like that, it really doesn't matter how it looks. You could theoretically call it artist's interpretation, because that one I might be able to just wing it, but we'll see. That's the idea of what's left. If I get to it before the end of the season, great. I'm hoping to do the art part at least before the end of the season, just because it doesn't take all that long to do, aside from making sure I have all the materials. And you wonderful guys, including people like Mama Bear, definitely helped out with making sure I had all the materials for the first art. So I'm hoping the second one will look okay. And I think it'll work out to help round out the place, because most of these have things sort of, like we're going to have the 4 directions, and then I was going to have an object on a lot of the corners. But if I don't get there, I don't get there. So that's no big deal. Like this one has water features, so that kind of takes it up nicely. This one you can sort of see the submarine from the corner, so I guess that sort of takes it up nicely. And then up here, I doubt I'm going to get any time to do anything, because it would take a lot more clear cutting, but if I did anything, I would break the, intentionally break the Yellow Submarine look, and maybe go with a lighthouse helter-skelter. We'll see. I mean, theoretically that belongs more in the, gaming district, but I've never built anything in the gaming district before, so I don't really want to start doing that, A, late in the season, and B, when I have never built anything with ice roads before. I don't even have any ice at the moment, so that's probably a general no-go this season, but doesn't mean I won't do one, it just means it may not be this season. But when all else, when all else fails and one needs a comfort zone, you go with what you know, right? So you can see I've sort of started marking things out. I don't know if I have waypoints for my corners. I'll turn things on and see, but yeah, that's where we're at. And I think down in this bottom edge, just where the trees start getting square, I think I actually started cutting in like a pathway, but I'm looking up here in terms of balance, and I think I need to move a lot of that more south, especially if I'm not going to put something down in this corner, that I can bring the whole thing a little more south, so that I can sort of dodge the clock a bit better. So that's the big key, is to square off more of the part in front of the mansion, but we'll just play it by ear. Excuse me. So that's what the plan is. I was mentioning to Phoenix in their stream this weekend, on the stream weekend, that I was doing a ton of circles. So without going too far into it, because I've been through it a few times and I don't want to bore people. Oh, and I'll show you the thing I learned that was just new to me. I can do one more. Yeah, okay. Let's put this one up there and do one more. So, excuse me. New to me, I did not know that if you put string through here, that it will still make the bottom stalagmites, I believe. It's mites on the bottom and tights on the top. I didn't realize it would still do that. I like it. I actually had put string in because I didn't like the way the whole column gets thick like this at the bottom, you know, but it does that like all the way up if you let them connect. I didn't like that look, so I put string in the middle just to make it stop doing that, and then I decided, you know, why not? I will just chop these guys clean off the floor, sort of thing, or just run around, right? And oh, I guess I had room for one more row. Well, I'm not going to be messing with upstairs to do that. Anyway, so I cleaned up all the bottom and trimmed all the top and thought, if it only grows down to the string, it only grows down to the string. That's fine. I don't care. Like, most of these drip, and for some reason, the odd one doesn't. Like, these two hardly ever drip. It's just weird. Anyway, where I was going to go with all that was that, so it's new to me that it'll still make them on the bottom, even with the string, and I like that. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't if it was like carpet or something, but string is neat because the logic fits in terms of, not that the string floats, that doesn't make any logical sense, but the logic that since it's not a full block like that it could drip through or past, a carpet wouldn't mentally work that way, and it would look ugly, but it was just a sort of a, hey, I didn't know this would work. I was tempted actually at one point to play with the idea, and for decorative purposes, do a row of dark oak trapdoors in lieu of the string. I decided the string looked better because it was thin. So hey there, lass. Good to see you. I did see you pop in. I just, need to finish the thought. So circles. I was getting circles. So I'm not going to mention a ton of it just because I will probably bore the snot out of people. But, oh, okay. Oh, alrighty then. I have an extra one. You can go to the fish box. Actually, let's not put that in the fish box. Let's put those in the fish box for now. So let's put them in the bottom where they end up. That'll work. Perfect. Okay. But what I was doing with the circles, and I won't... oh. Fiddle. Did I just curse it by talking about the fish box? Really? Really? Come on. Here, kitty kitty. You, just vanished. You may have solved my... oh, nope. Here you are. Hello, kitty. Hey. Well... oh, they're hiding at the back. Love it. They see me like... it's like, can I try going over the top? Will that hide me? Nope. I will give you fish if you come close. There you go. Hey! I did not hit you with a fish. I gave you a fish. Oh, can I fish? Please? How many fish does it take to get this cat? Hello? Come here. You don't want... okay, fine. If you don't want food. If you don't want food, then that's your problem. Actually, it's not. So, why I'm chasing the cat... I'll get back to the circles in a second. Oh, I'm chasing a different floor. Wonderful. You coming for more fish, please? I will fish you. Give you fish. There you go. Hello. Thank you. Come on. Hey, kitty, kitty. Come on. So I missed it. Well, I'm not missed. I skipped the ones on the roof for the most part. So cats on the roof got ignored because technically they were outside the base. But I made it a... What are you doing? I made it a personal policy that if there was a cat inside the mansion, then I would tame him. Which has resulted in... We're now at 28. So as I said, I skipped the ones on the roof where I was working. If I'd kept those two, we'd be well into the 40s by now. Alright. Maybe I should... do I have... I used to have an action for naming a cat. Let me just see if I've got one still that I can re-enable. Nope, I don't. Shoot. Name... Oh, come on. Really? Did I just delete the armor stand thing too? Channel points? I did. I'll have to bring back the name a cat thing. Okay, well, good to know. Let's see. Idea. I wonder if that works. Name cat. And I wonder if that will work. I'll check it out after stream. Alright, the idea part, what that does is it should add it to my Notion to-do list. Although, frankly, if I can figure out how to get it to go to a different app, I will do so, because, yeah. Let's double check these before I go chopping trees. Okay, wet space, wet space. I have this many, not because of any farming reason, it's just because I think they're cute. And initially they were cute enough, I'm like, oh, you're so sweet, I want to feed you a spider eye, because I don't like spiders and had spider eyes. But, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, oh, that's not good. 13 shulkers, 13 and a half, I guess, shulkers later. If anybody needs scoots, then you're more than welcome to come and take as many as you like and then some. So, yeah. You're welcome. Listen, they're cute. Very, very cute. Yes, those are all scoots. Yep. And this is no brushing involved. No brushing at all involved. That's after making the armor. Now this is, initially I wanted 2 armadillos so I could have armor for all these guys. So I can make them blue. I think, oh yeah, it's another loose, very, very loose reference to the Yellow Submarine movie. In there is a dog thing. It's like a 3-headed dog thing that was blue and belonged to the Blue Meanies, so that's why they're all wearing blue armor. Although it doesn't go blue enough for my taste, but whatever. And then each of these, there's 8 of them because, well, initially I started getting different breeds, which was the intent, but it didn't end up happening to stay that way. But yeah, these guys all have names, and 4 of them are the first names of the Beatles, and 4 of them are the last names of the Beatles. And I thought about doing 2 more for Ringo Starr's real name, because as far as I know, he's the only one that actually had a stage version of it. Because his real name is actually Richard Starkey. But I decided that was just a little bit ridiculous, and it would imbalance the number of references to each of the main 4. I know there was no Yoko Ono reference in here because that had absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with the movie. I don't have a reference to the old man soldier guy from the submarine in the movie, who I guess he stays around or sticks behind and doesn't go on the major trip after a while. So I don't have a reference to him. I hadn't figured out what to do. Thanks, Mama Bear. I hadn't figured out what to do to refer to that guy, so I just left it. These guys, I think I got some of them from a pillager outpost, but I'm not entirely sure. Ooh, and I'm going to need some of them. Because I've got one that's carrying birch, and I don't know what that other guy's carrying, so I might just take his leaves and then give him back. And I'll have to get a stick guy, a Probably the seeds guy, that I can see in there. Don't need the sand, so I can swap that. There's the stick guy. I don't see, quickly here, a birch sapling guy, and obviously I was stressy at some point, not knowing what to give one of these people, these allies so they wouldn't fly away. So one of them was holding a pumpkin pie. For some reason I can't fathom. I know what the yellow is from, because I was doing a lot of yellow concrete for the submarine. So most of these things, actually it's part of, you know, that's actually an idea. Okay, I'm gonna throw that up again. Idea. Let's do this again. Idea. Allies as Museum of Block Memories. Yeah. So I'm gonna see. Blocks used memories. There you go. Let me switch this. I can't spell. So, the reason it matters, how I phrase it in this idea piece, is, as I said, that should show up in Notion. So hopefully that will work. I'm not going to fire up Notion right now to find out, but yeah. So the idea with these guys then is I can take them and help me clean up, which is actually going to be a little faster. I'd forgotten about that. I've never quite figured out how to get the allies to deposit correctly into boxes on my behalf so they pick them up and put things away for me. So we'll have spots where my inventory will be somewhat empty, and then they'll just feed it to me and I'll have to dump off in boxes occasionally, but that's okay. We can deal with that. Shulkers. Okay, there was something else I was going to do while I was here, wasn't there? I was looking at scoots, dogs, cats. I can't remember. I know I've got the... My kids must be on lunch and my daughter must be off campus. So, it's gonna sound funny, but I'd love to find out if Fantastic Short Fox would allow me to semi-dox the kids. Probably not, but I'm going to anyways. Just because it allows me to tell stories. So this year is my daughter's first year in middle school. And it doesn't exactly dox her because, I mean, depending on how you count it, middle school could be different in different areas. But anyway, she was really excited about being able to go off campus because, of course, in previous school, she wasn't able to. And now that she's allowed, she is encouraged even further to do so because while they're on the school property, there's a policy that more and more, I might as well just putter this while I'm doing it, more and more of the city schools are taking part in. I think it might be pretty soon to be a citywide thing, but it's a policy where it's, they call it Away for the Day, but it's an anti-plugged into technology thing to help avoid technological addiction and distraction during class, which is great in some respects and a pain in the neck for parents and others. Some being calms if I have to like pick her up for school or something. We don't normally, but I've been trying to get her a haircut before Canadian Thanksgiving and before her school picture day this year. Thankfully it worked out, but I mean, it's going to interrupt an evening for us rather than be a little tighter in the day because I can't get hold of her to say, hey, don't take the school bus. But the other thing is for her being a pain in the neck is that she, actually for me, maybe a pain in the neck, I'll start with that one, is that she will still, and like her brother, still need to have, you know, parents purchase some school supplies that we wouldn't have otherwise. Like, for example, you still need a scientific graphing calculator, okay? Which I just out of curiosity did a price check, and they are notably cheaper as an application for your phone. Very much notably cheaper. However, of course, since that's not something that you can just lock kids away from everything else they're up to, then understandably the schools don't want us to go that route, right? Would be nice, you know, would be nice, but that'd just be me being cheap, I suppose. Anyway, but for her, she's encouraged to leave campus at lunch, partly because if they can make it during lunchtime and back, which I thought was shorter than previously, but I sense it's not that much different, it's just time shifted. Anyway, she, if they're off campus or off school property, then they can actually look at their phones. They're But even during lunchtime on school property, they're not supposed to look at their phones. Go figure. I can kind of see the argument in why you wouldn't necessarily need it on school property, because you can hear the bells and stuff telling you to get back to class. And for off-school property, you need to be able to manage your time and see when you need to be back, because a lot of kids don't wear watches. And the away for the day policy even extends to no smartwatches. Like, quite literally, no smartwatches. So if a kid needs one for, let's say, they're not up to diabetes monitors yet, but let's say a kid needed a smartwatch that could do that, okay? There's a whole rigmarole full of forms and stuff you have to do to get special permission. Now, I would see them a lot more reasonable if things like AI-assisted automatic translation was a thing that was better, because that'd be really cool to have inside a smartwatch. So you could so the kid doesn't really have much for usable games. I mean, yes, they have texting, but generally they don't have much for usable games and stuff inside a watch. There's some, but not a whole lot. Where am I? This one. I need Jeremy is south. Okay. So anyways, where I'm going with that was, oh, raining. Okay. A lot of back and forth here. So I could see that, but unfortunately AI translation isn't really there yet. And where I bumped into this is in her younger school. They didn't have an away for the day policy, but they generally said, if you don't need your phone for any reason, just don't bring it, because that or at least, generally keep it away, but they're not going to make you do it. So they didn't have an away for the day policy. Part of the reason, I suspect, was because the school she used to be in seemed to be, by being one of the more outskirt schools, seemed to be one of the ones where, oh, it's just because it's raining. Seems to be one of the schools where we got a fairly notable influx of youth coming from other countries in the world, particularly Eastern European countries. Whatever you may think of that politics and stuff aside, is that we had a bunch of them. And so, do I want a period after that? I guess not. Keep a space, it should be fine. Oh shoot, what's the middle? That didn't work. Do I have a sign? Huh, okay. So I'm going to count on the screen with my fingers. Excuse me for a second. Okay, actually, maybe those count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, space. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20 over 2, and that's an odd number. So I need to do 21. Actually, I guess if I include 21, say, let's say that space. Let's do this. Then it doesn't really matter if it's one little bit shorter. Server restart in 5. Yay! Okay. So 21. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What am I counting it that way for? What a goof. Okay. 8. No, 7. And 8 is 15. 7. Okay, so 7 and... oh. My math isn't working again. Because it's 6. I only need out of here. 6. Okay. My brain stopped thinking where the middle would be. Is it 21? Yeah, 21. Okay, so 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the second L would be roughly the middle. Okay. Now we're dark enough for trouble, but not dark enough for lack of character. Okay, let's see. Jeremy. You know what? Maybe I should put this... Like, where's this creepy thing most easily labeled from? Probably from just outside the record, I guess. So if I put it any closer, you're staring up his nose, for whatever that's worth. And yes, this is looking creepy. I blame Minecraft. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. Did I use an even? That'd be weird if I suddenly discovered I did this on evens. I did not, thankfully. Okay. So we've got this one. How did that work? Sorry, stop. H-I. Okay, yes. He wants to, okay, I see what's going on here. Let's do an order, which I can't because I didn't put them in the system in order, right? You know. Hillary. Okay, let's just finish up this part. I know it's going to be annoying, but okay, so Hillary space B space. I thought about putting a period, but because this way works around the end, this is going to be in my favor. P H D. There we go. I think it's the middle. Okay, fine. If you don't get it, that's fine. How many spaces back? 1, 2, 7. So we go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. I appreciate that very, very much. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Okay. I'm not going to label everything in here, just all the stuff I don't think anybody understands. And if I'm wrong, let me know. So this is Jeremy, Hillary, B, PhD. Alright, that one's done. Yeah. He looks creepy, but, you know. Do I have the reference still? I'm just going to check that. If I do, great. If I don't, well. No, I don't think I have Jeremy. That's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. Suffice to say, you can always Google it. Alright. Yeah, it's actually from way back by these trees. That's not bad. You know, looks funny with the sun rising over its head like that. Okay, what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to drop one of these. Here, what's the middle? That? Okay. Here. Sure. Maybe just one more back. There. That's my viewpoint. Alright. It's not necessarily optimal, but it works. Okay, so then we can do this, and... Oh! That's okay. Refresh. Okay, that's cool. Where are we here? Just making sure I've got all the pieces, all the ducks in a row. Which I generally don't, but hey, we'll go with it. Okay, multiplayer. Refresh. Yay! Please connect. Thank you. Okay, so we've got Jeremy, Hillary. And then... Oh, welcome back. Oops. I can't spell. Okay. D. W. B. Some of the games that we play, you just hit enter to get into the chat system. This one, not so much. Okay. So this one, this unassuming this little present is not going to move again. It was in a different spot, but I have gently tucked it aside and moved it. It was the box from my Secret Santa this year, and I don't know if I broke it. I can't remember. Let's see, this way. Oh, I did end up finishing it. Okay. I thought it was short one of the corals. But yeah, so you can see with this, so as I was mentioning to Phoenix in their stream, or Nyx, I guess, depending on how you want to pronounce it. But as I was mentioning to them, I use FreeCam for building and speed and whatnot like that. But I, as much as possible, try to keep the collisions on. So I can go through signs, I can go through, you know, like everybody can go through banners, right? I can go through, you know, trapdoors and regular doors, but I cannot go through, say, walls and floors and stuff. So I generally leave that on. Part of the reason for that is, now I understand Phoenix was making some, what's the word? Landscaping, like custom trees. They were looking great, by the way. But two problems with FreeCam for me. One, as you can see, oh, yeah, porches and things don't usually seem to do much, especially when you're wandering around, and sometimes you don't get any life out of the wildlife, which is cool, but that's not great if said wildlife happens to be a mob. So yeah, on occasion I've had a couple surprises. It doesn't always freeze like that. Like I just noticed this pig back here moved. See? But sometimes it freezes. So I don't know. It just seems laggy when I do that. Anyway, I guess I have nothing I really need to fuss about anymore. We were talking about Bobby. For some reason, so for those of you that aren't familiar with Java mods, one of the ones that I like, and Phoenix apparently likes as well, is called Bobby. And what Bobby does is it allows you to extend your viewing range beyond what your video settings are at. So for example, I don't think I can turn it on and off while we're live, so you won't get to see that, I'm afraid. But in video settings here, oh, that's bad. No, you're not supposed to be doing that. 12. Basically, we're stuck at whatever the server is, which I think is 10. Might be 8, but anyways, yeah. But what Bobby does is, if I have it, say at 10, but I wanted to use it at basically single player level of 32 or more, Bobby will basically take a snapshot of the view as you fly by or pass through a chunk. It basically takes a snapshot of it. Now, when you're close enough for it to be currently updating and rendering, then Bobby just keeps getting updates. But when you are far enough away that you're out of that range, so as in beyond what we see here, you know, like where the fog kicks in, and I didn't even realize I had fog turned on. Usually I don't. That's okay. Where that kicks in, you wouldn't see that. You would actually have, sorry, just looking at the fog, then where did I find that one? Quality, FOV, nope. I can't remember where I found that. Best, performance, fog. Shut up. I don't like fog. Of any sort. Okay, there we go. Anyway, where I was going with that was, it still looks semi-foggy, but not so bad. But, so Bobby would let me see further. So if there's mountains or something, we could see there. So from here, if I was to, see, occlusion. So if I was to go in the correct direction and go to the southwest, you would actually be able to see all the way to, which I'm floating FreeCam, but you'd all be able to see all the way to the submarine and past, right? But I cannot right now. Am I loading FreeCam as both? Nope. Okay, I'm just seeing the FreeCam one on here. On Journey Map, they will show the FreeCam and note you that it's FreeCam, which is part of why it looks like a Herobrine head. But on the other map, it does not. You just see where you apparently are, so it can be a little confusing for me at times. Anyway, suffice to say that, so Bobby would get past this, which is great for building, especially when you get really high and things start going out of view. But also FreeCam can only see the distance based on what you're currently looking at, what you're currently loading, right? So I could FreeCam my way out here, and I don't get any change to the lack of heads. Now, even though I'm refusing collisions, if I was to go off the end of that and then go down, I could see underground. So there is a limit to that, which is based on where your character really is. But the other thing I like about it, which we've used a few times on the what I call it, Dreadful Flying Glove. Oh, right, I was just gonna go chop, but I needed... I wanted my... allies. But we've used it a few times on the Dreadful Flying Glove, where you could actually set preset viewpoints. Did I? Oops, wrong way. Preset viewpoints where you can have it sort of automatically snap. So if instead of pressing just the F key, you can press the F key and whatever your other number is, and it will help you by snapping straight to that point. Great, except I keep A, messing up the spot after I set it, and B, that I tend to forget that it exists. So yeah, I'll figure out another way to do that. I want allies. Okay. I totally forgot how I want to do this. Alright. Okay. I better make sure I have a post. Do I have a post? Yes, I have posts and I have more leads. Okay, that's good news. And it's actually kind of funny to think in my head that it won't be all that long until I need to just grab a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. Come on. Think straight. There we go. Still more than I need, but we'll hope that'll be fine. And let's not lose any leads. Let's do it this way. There. Sorry, I'm really scrolling today. There we go. Yep, no problem. People have to do what they need to do. So one of the reasons I was thinking I'm going to need a post and stuff is because I don't yet, right off the bat, have any birch saplings on me. Now if I go and grab one, that's great, but actually I guess I'll have to replace one of these things anyways. Okay, let me do that. Yeah. Let's grab one of these because I don't want a ton of them. Let's grab one leaf just in case. Oh, right, leaf litter. I think that's all I really want. Pardon me. I hope that's all I want. I'll find out, I suppose. Okay, so let's not hold something that they already have. I'll go in, shut the door. Not like it's gonna help much. You look like you might have birch leaves already, so let me take you. And did I just pick up? Nope, I didn't. That's weird. Their lead just vanished. I would have thought it would have stacked with mine, but it did not. It just vanished. Wonderful. Alright. I'm gonna need this guy. Oh, I see what I did there. Okay. Here, let's move this out. Ha 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 ha. I just... Yeah, I'm still holding it. I am dumb today. Okay. I can't believe I forgot how to use... Ugh. Okay, where are you? Buddy. Stick guy. Okay, yeah, you're leaf guy. You can come with me. Oh, whoops. Yeah, that's definitely birch. Okay, this, that. There you go. That's better. Definitely birch. Okay, that's leaf guy. So wood guy. I'm still holding your lead, aren't I? Let's go like that. Wood guy, come here. You. Hey, stop moving. And that. Hey. Hello? Am I holding it? Don't know if I'm holding it or not. Where is... Yes. There we go. Hey, you. Come here. Get a block. Come back. Oh man. Dude, come back. You need a job. Get a haircut and get a real job. Ads, no. Well, ads are fine, but hey. Come here. Fine. Okay, and I will need... I mean, I could make him dance, but it's really there. Thank you. So we've got leaf guy and birch thing guy, free. Okay, I'm gonna need seeds guy, I think, because I'm gonna run into a million things. So where's your other end? This. And... I just realized I got them like a balloon. Ha ha ha. Whoops. Get you. Come here. Come on. Well.
Ads are starting, which means it's break time. Thank you for your patience and stream support.
Alright. So I've got 3 of them loose. I'm probably going to need the 2 dirt guys as we go. And the stick guy. Hey, here, stick buddy. You come first. Give me your stick. Give me your line. And where are you here? This one. You can be a stick guy again. Hey. There we go. Uh-oh. Did I just make it? Okay. How I ended up being double stick guy, I'm not entirely sure. As in, like, I don't think I had one in my inventory. Now I don't even know where he is. Oh well, if I have extras, I have extras. There he is. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to get the dirt guys loose, and that should be it, I think. So you, sir, can come here. Oh, there's the other end of you. This one. And come back. He wants to go up. Are you coming? So, that and this. I think the only one I should need now is that one. This guy. So this. Hello, where are you? That. This, and quickly give you that. What did I just... I did it again. How did I? Somehow I'm duping blocks by being quick giving things to these guys. Maybe it's because I'm giving it to them from slots that I'm not supposed to be able to drop things from? Maybe? I don't know. Okay, so I only need a birch sapling guy now, I think. Pumpkin dude makes no sense, so maybe I should just take that. Because I didn't drop any pumpkin pies, and I never will. That's probably my best bet. But I have to grab all... Oh, shoot. This is I see why I have that. Okay. So it's how to get him loose while I've got that in the middle. Didn't think that one through now, did I? Okay. I guess I'll do it this way. Okay, where is pumpkin pie guy? You? Come here. And that. And this. Come here. That. Welcome back. Sorry for the craziness during ads. I think I've got everybody. What have an extra? That's dumb. This. That. You can go here. What height did I put these at? Those. Let's stick it there, just cuz. in there. Alright. So I have random stuff that I'm hanging on to. I guess the ones I don't need, I'll just drop them in the middle. Okay, so we've got birch, stick, dirt, well, sorry, grass, should be dirt, seeds, need birch leaves, and birch blocks. Okay, those are the guys who should be loose. Perfect. I'm gonna have a nap first. Lose them upstairs, but they'll find me eventually. Okay, so random foodstuffs, you can go back there. Basically everything else can just come with me, I suppose. Bad habit, but you know. Birch leaf. Okay. Do I have a spare? I don't have a spare jukebox. Do I want to take that? This and that. Oh, I do, in the wallet. Perfect. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, so let's just rock and roll. So we're gonna go cut. Hello, boys. You coming? Hello? Dude? You guys just think there's all 5 of them? That should be everybody? Okay. Come on. Oh, I left the door open. I'm an idiot. Yeah, this is exactly what I didn't want. Go in there. Go. Okay. Huh. Now what? Got an idea. You come here. Hey. 1. 2. Where's the other ones? You end up in there? Hello? 3. 4. Hey. 1, 2, 3. You're in with the glow stick, buddy. Jump. Whatever. Let's go. It's 4. I don't know how I keep dropping these guys, but I do. Hello? Stop making weird little noises. I think that should be it. I hope that's all of you. Close the door, please. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Thank you. And I'm on the wrong side of the building. That would be it. I'm on the completely and utterly wrong side of the building. Oh well. We'll figure that one out in a moment. Hey you, come here. Okay, I'm gonna go close the doors and make sure the other guys are in the correct side. Of course, it would have made sense if I'd gone out the right side, the proper side of the building, wouldn't it? Oh, that's the one I missed. Okay. Okay, you guys, come here. Stop trying to follow me. Hello. Come back in here. Come on. They eventually will come back. Hey, you. Will you please come back in? punk. Go. That one. There, you're in. Fine. There. And I'm not. I think that's it. Okay. They're handy when you need them. They're annoying when they're misbehaving. Okay. Hey, boys. Okay, so... Oh well. Do our best. Okay, and then take everybody. I don't even know what this song is. It just got stuck in my head. Okay, took me this long to get started. Okay, so I need it to be clear. Let's, often I'd run up and put boxes near the building, but I'm just gonna park it out here somewhere. There. Okay, so now let's go with, uh-oh. I don't know what I've got. Okay, so I have to turn them all on just to see where I am. I is. Oh, wow. Grammar. Okay, let's turn this one on. And let's just make them all on. Actually, we don't need them all. Just to figure out where these numerical ones are, because maybe that's not helpful. Did I just turn that one on? Why am I not seeing them? And this. Alright, let's see what we've got. Journey map. Oh, well, that wasn't helpful. Okay. What about the other map? That didn't do anything. I'm not used to that happening. Journey map, let's get our waypoint system. Can we just, like, enable the group? Okay, that would do it. Guess I had to enable them first. Alright, so we've got a bunch of markers I used on those corners. What are these? These ones here. Okay, that was my center line. Oh, I see what I was doing. Okay. So, wherever this is, squared off. And then I've got a bunch here. That's actually not a bad start. I don't really like it. Maybe I should drop it down a bit. Okay. Waypoints. Create waypoint, and we're gonna call it. It's gonna call it Southwest. Sure. Save. There we go. And we've got. I can't really see it, but we've got 4674. The other coordinates seem to be the same. So let's see. Let's round it to 4675. Just because. Okay, so we've got oh, whoops. Edit. Looking at it going, why is the name different? Okay, save. Okay, so that is quite clearly just 20. So then we're going to, oops, not edit. 34, 24, 46, 75. Okay. Let's just make one down here. Waypoints create. 46, 75. one worked out nicely. All right. Which means move these other ones down by 20. So what is this? 45, 28 it looks like. Or, which would be 45, 48. And we're going evening it, so 50. Waypoints. Create waypoint. Blah, blah, blah. Northwest. Random color doesn't work there. Let's go something we can actually see. Save. Okay. Now I know these are text is teeny tiny. That's not ideal. You guys probably aren't being able to see this much in the same way that I can't. Full screen map. Text. Where's the text? I need to make it bigger for my own brains. Font scale. Let's see. Labels? Waypoint label scale 1. Let's make it like at least 1.5. Let's try 2 and see how big it is. I'm gonna bet you it's too big. Close. Actually, that's not horrible. Yeah, that's not horrible, so we'll leave it. And this is no longer the middle anymore, I don't think. Even if I was to round it up to 4,600. And save. What's the other one? 3424. Whatever. So we'll round these things to 5s eventually, but yeah. So we got ourselves roughly edit. Can't go changing another one without changing this. 25. 5. Save. Okay. Edit that one. And this is little picky stuff, but eventually we're gonna get it nice and even. Edit. 5. Save. And I forgot to edit this one. 5. Southeast. Save. Yeah. And I have to figure out whatever this other 4th corner is, but that's fine. These will work well enough. Guess I don't need this one, but I'll fix it anyways. Just because, not just reminding me, but if I decide I want to move it back, then I've got it marked. Alright. 3296. It's weird, this green one looks like it's farther south to me, but maybe it isn't? Anyway, yeah. Okay, so where these markers are at is where we're going to try and clear cut to, especially this one. So I'm going to chop the line from that, so I have to, whoa, okay, nope, not good. Let's not do that. Nighttime, not so good. It's lit up, but it won't be in the bush, and frankly, yeah, that's what I expected. Frankly, there's a mitt full of everybody in the bush, and yeah, I don't like that. So what did I forget to bring? Duh, I forgot to bring torches. So what do we have? We have a box. Let's grab the toolbox. Grab some torches out of there. I have some, but not enough for the project. I think that's it. Let's set a torch. Let's just do it at the foot of the bed. Oh, there's one there. Guess that's fine. Haha, forgot I'd do that. Okay. Okay. Let's do it this way. There. Alright. And the first of many shulker boxes. Right? Let's put that one down there. Well, this is the toolbox, huh? Put those up. Those up. Don't need that stick because I've got a stick. Okay, I guess we're... Oh, I don't need scaffolding. That's what I can put away. Okay, and this just lives with me because it always does. Kind of feel a little bit out of place if I don't have it. So let's unlock that, this, and that. Lock these. And I guess off we go, right? All right. Okay, hey boys. So you've got one. Hey, okay, fine. I am glad that the first thing it does is take off the lead, as opposed to taking their block away first, because that would be problematic. Hello? Some days I keep thinking that I should try to give them a lead, but unfortunately, it's one of the few things I don't believe I can do. Do I have one on a string still? I don't think so. If I go and hit that. Okay, nothing. Perfect. I will lock those in place just so that I don't lose them. Alright, here we go. That's really all there's to it, I guess. Map. What was I doing? Oh, I was trying to cut it out earlier. Okay. How deep did I go? Oh, not too bad. I'll cut it down first, and then... Oh, building inspectors. Don't want them. I'll cut down first, and then I will dig it out later, I suppose. Yeah. Map. Oops, not that one. This one. Okay. So I will just face the mansion and just go choppity chop chop, I suppose. Oops, that was a mistake. I don't really need the leaves, right? So there we go. Minus. There we go. That way I shouldn't see the building inspectors, right? Yes. And these things are so close together, most of them, taking forever to either despawn or drop things. That's the same thing, I guess. There. Alright. So that's really all there is to it. It's just choppity chop chop, right? Now I want to cut down first because, since of course these are not gravity blocks, you can't just simply dig up the ground and then have all the trees fall above it. I don't know, I thought RLcraft was doing that at one point, but I don't remember. I tried RLcraft and it didn't like me any more than I liked it. Hello. You know, it's funny. Sometimes I think about giving these guys weird little actual names, like name tagging them. But one of the reasons I didn't is because the silliest name I could think of was actually to give them names of different vacuum cleaner brands. And I thought that was just a little bit dumb. I was going to give them more, what do you call it? More Beatles related names. And I just couldn't think of enough. I mean, I could call these the Blue Meanies, but they're not really mean, you know? Okay, where's the... Okay, stick guy, you're falling behind on the job, buddy. Where did stick guy go? Well, wherever he went, he's not here. Did I not bring him? Could have sworn I had a stick guy. Are you stuck in a cave already? So I have dirt, leaf, seeds. Okay, I'm not doing the ground right now, so I don't need to worry as much about seed dude. So let me make seed dude into a stick guy temporarily. Where's seed dude? Next time seed dude comes back. Ugh. Or not, as they just all like wander off again. Okay, seed dude, come here. Come here. I need this and give you that. There. All right. So what I was trying to do is get a semi-straight line that I could see all the way up to that orange, or orange, purple. I can't count. Can't count. Oh boy, it's one of those days, is it? All right. So we have enough places to work. So we're just gonna get all this chopped up. Okay, that's going to get me stuck in a hole. All right. Fine, I'll stay on this side. All right. So yeah, that's what we've got going on here. I mean, it's more interesting, I suppose, than when I was stripping down the land for CAD file picture art. But it's late enough in the season that it's difficult to stay, what do you call it, on topic while I do that. So I had a blast this stream weekend. I will admit I didn't actually get to watch a whole lot of various streamers. Part of the reason was we spent a large part of the day on Sunday out of the house, and I don't remember what I was doing most of the day on Saturday. Somehow things just went really sideways. They usually do, but that, and I will be honest, for the things that I did get to watch, I didn't remember a whole lot of them. It wasn't for lack of trying, it's just not, if it's not a game I play, then I just remember the vibe in terms of like, I enjoyed it. That's about it, you know, and that's not helpful to people, but I like being there. I like the company. I like, you know, stream weekends are fun most of the time. I did an unusual puzzly type game, so that will have to return. It's did Down the Rabbit Hole Flattened, so that was very Alice in Wonderland theme. We have a lot of that to do, I guess. Shouldn't say that. Looks like there's 5, maybe 6 regions, and I was finishing up, I think, the 4th one, so shouldn't be forever left on that game. But I will do corn first on the Puzzling Wednesday thing. Did I? Oh, I did not bring a bed. That's not good news. Okay. Let's go this way. I was in some stream where someone called fast leaf decay cheaty. And I couldn't for the life of me figure out why on earth they would consider fast leaf decay cheaty. And I guess I had to think about it because they didn't really mention why. Just because I was lurking, so I didn't ask. You know, one of those things. But I guess I can kind of see why a little bit. If you're dealing with, let's say stuff like this, where the leaves are very frequently touching each other, then when you're doing a lot of clear cutting like this, or in a dark oak forest or something, then you're going to get much more of a space where mobs can spawn underneath the canopy, right? Because they're protected from the sun, or they can hide under that and so on. And so if you're forcing fast leaf decay, then I guess that removes that risk of having mobs doing things like that, I suppose. But anyway, I never thought of it as GD before. It just seemed like a quality of life thing. Though I suspect the person making the comment, from other things they said, they sounded like the type of player that I couldn't tell if they play just regular Minecraft, or if they play like some of the difficulty increased mod packs, or if, which would be weird if they were saying cheaty, or if they're the type that plays totally vanilla and hardcore. But it's an interesting response. So I never really thought about whether or not a leaf decay speed would make any difference. Yeah, so when this is all done, when we're close to the season finish, or when I think I'm done, one of the two, I'll take a run and turn things like the clock and so all the unique pieces, possibly the base as well. I will bring in Lightmatica and make a schematic of it all, so try to turn it into a pattern, and that way I can transfer it into my will be slowly developing archive / forever world. That's the one with the circles. So yeah, and the forever world part, when you think about it, is actually very apt, because at the moment it feels like it's going to take forever just to get the base sort of plan or design going. Oops. So yeah, that's the lots and lots of circles. So people use things like Plots Modeler, or they pre-lay it out in Minecraft Creative or whatever. I really don't want to do it in Minecraft Creative and then have to do it all over again. So I mean, I did find a website that'll help me with the circles that big, but it's just a matter of doing it, getting the counts right. And I was sort of scoping in my head just how big this city was going to be. And I mean, if it's designed as sort of the base for a world, then sure, it's fine. Because I don't really need anything else beyond that, in theory. But building it is a pain. So we're talking something that's based on the idea of one of the old spin computer hard drives with all the platters and stuff on it. And we're not talking like 70s and 80s magnetic tape reels or those type of magnetic discs or whatever, floppies. No, we're talking about a hard drive. So for better or worse, the central building, I think, what did I say, it was 128 across, I believe? Like in diameter. So, because I had done most of my math in radii, just then you do the half or like double it. But when you come to actually building it and you need circles, then 128 doesn't sound all that bad. It's doable. Double that, sure, can handle. Yeah, well, 448 is what I'm working with right now, sort of my goal. And I wanted to make that into, if you think about it, like an inverted spherical dome. So basically it's half a sphere, right? So I had to find an app that could make one that big. And I've got a website that'll do it. It's just a lot. Just a lot. Hello.
Howdy.
Hey, Pristine Frog. How you doing? For been a while. Hopefully your world is doing okay. It's funny, actually, I saw, what was I doing? I was doing something the other day, and I accidentally stumbled on the, I guess, quasi ASMR villager snooze that you were doing. That was hilarious. And I was thinking about it and thinking, you know, it's on one hand, it's not my visual cup of tea, you could say, but then when I think about it, actually, when I'm in the sort of lurk mode because I'm doing something else or even playing a non-Minecraft related game, that's a perfect thing to have on as background noise. Or if I'm actually doing a focus activity, it'd be kind of interesting for me to check and see whether or not that type of thing would be good for my sort of focus as an ADHD person. I don't know. Because having something on in the background is great, but then there's other times I want to have it like so silent that it annoys everybody in the rest of the house. It's just because I find that life has sound to it. And we're not just talking ASMR, but there's things you can't stop. I don't normally hear like electricity, but there's a lot of, you know, like your appliances have a generic basic hum to them, or your computer will have a basic hum because its fans are spinning, right? So quiet otherwise is sometimes what I'm up for, but the idea of villagers just sleeping is amusing enough that it's appealing. It's just kind of funny. I mean, it's like people who do Lurkfest streams that are basically just a DJ, but not a live DJ, but like just a jukebox of sorts. Oh, that's an old word. Playlist? I don't know what you want to call it, but a non-interactive one. I can just go for hours. There's someone in our community who is a programmer, but rather than streaming their actual programming, basically you're just hanging out while they play tunes while they're programming for work. So it's just, it's sort of an odd concept, but depending on what you want, I mean, hey, it's like a shared radio station, right? I also laugh because there's another one of our community members who's actually playing the radio, like for real, into their stream, like a live stream. And when they're actually playing the radio, the thing that I find amusing about it is that their local radio station, or whatever they're choosing, is, how do I say it? It keeps sounding to me like the soundtrack from Cities Skylines, their fake radio station. So the songs are good, right? And you can get ones that have, in that game you can get ones, like stations that have recognizable songs on them, usually oldies and stuff like that. But they have really fake ads, and something about the tone, so it implies the game people did a really good job copying real life radio when the corniness of the ads comes across fairly realistic, such that I was thinking real life ads was playing the game music, and my brain's going, that doesn't work, they're not playing that game today. I also get used to a lot of people doing more odd or more chill things, as in even more chill than me, which is sometimes saying something less squirrely anyway. But I get used to people doing stuff like that, partly because of the time changes, even when it's just 2 hours to the east. For example, you know, I watched Deadcraft 73, and I think to myself, it's not that late when they're done, and then I have to check myself and be like, oh, no, wait a minute. For them, it's like 1 a.m. Like for him, it's totally 1 a.m. when he's done. And so I can see why, you know, that could feel late to people who actually have a somewhat normal schedule. Because I'm in mountain time, right? And then there's those, of course, on the Pacific coast for whom it's still really early for them. So it feels like they'd go to bed well after these other people do. Okay, I'm missing my... Oh, there we are. Yeah, and for me it's 20 afternoon. But you're still overseas, across the Atlantic pond as far as I know. And it was good to know, like, to find that out, actually, because I remember, the last time that I had stuff sink in, let's put it that way, and I wasn't also being distracted with other things, I know there was some question and some concern as to how long the overseas educational visit would last. So even if it's still, you know, on the question mark, I'm glad to hear that it at the moment is not different. Wow, that's really not making a whole lot of sense. Not even to me. I was talking earlier about using Bobby mod in Java and how it makes the world show up more of the world. Which is great because one of the things I find interesting is that, oh, I guess I should turn on the marker for, well, it's on, okay. But when I'm out here and I'm not using Bobby, sometimes just going to bed, I can get myself so super turned around if I don't see the clock and I don't see the mansion, and I'm like, where am I? Cool. I mean, see, it tells you how out of touch I am. And I wasn't trying to be, and my apologies for that. Sometimes I have to make choices on what I pay attention to versus what is optional, I guess you could say. And as with everybody who thinks outside the box, that sometimes... Okay, I even lost that thought. Never mind. Forget it. Oh, yeah, so some of it's a executive function working memory thing, which basically says that if I'm in the middle of thinking about stuff for scouting, which I'm often in a safety capacity, or have been till last couple of years, safety capacity worrying about youth, then obviously I have to make sure I got my ducks in a row with regards to that. Nothing makes sense. I envy the people who can multitask in the rather true sense of the word. And to me that means that things don't end up all-consuming at any point in time. And then I also read somewhere that there is no such thing as multitasking. And apparently what the author meant was that supposedly nobody actually multitasks. We don't really do that, but there's some people that are really, really good at hyper-switching their focus. So they can compartmentalize things, like a lot of us. I'm not one, but, you know, they can compartmentalize things and then speed switch between focus sets without necessarily being distracted or interrupted by the other one, so it feels like they're really doing things all at once. Let's ditch that. And I don't need eggs. We'll just ditch those. What are you throwing me? And I guess I didn't need my, pardon me, I guess I didn't need my torches this early. It's okay. Let's go grab the flour that's just floating around here. Because you can never have too much dye, right? Okay, maybe I didn't pick up that. I don't know what I did. Huh. Who knows? There's the flower. The lonely single flower? I thought there were more. Okay, whatever. Maybe it just despawned. Timing. Timing! See, but I get turned around if I don't see things. I'm like, where did I put the bed? Yes, exactly. Exactly. Well, that's what my, that's what I discovered is my major issue with ADHD, is that I do not have any control, not any, but much, if any, control over what goes where, so to speak, or what happens to be the major central focus and when. This can have sticks. This can have, let's go with wood. We'll have enough of it anyways. Need another box. It's empty. Hello, excuse me. Let's put those in there. And I'm gonna need a this and that box. Or you can go this and that. You can probably go here. I'll move this one. So this and that box. That's this, there. And I'm gonna need leaves box. Hello. Wrong way. leaves box. Let's put those away by default. This and that goes here. These can go there. Where do I put those? Right, and then I didn't need all these torches yet. Or did I? Alright, let's put torches in the this and that box for now. Alright, let's see where we're at. So I'm gonna unlock this one and unlock that one and unlock this one. That's probably an accident. Okay. So yeah, that's what happened. I'm not a good switcher. Not a good switcher at all. So things happen and things come up and so on. Yeah, the 8-hour difference makes a huge difference. I am not one for mornings. Never have been. Probably never will be. Oh, wrong one again. Where am I? Follow me, please. Go. Okay. I got a ways to go. That's good. Yeah, I'm never going to be good for switching, but that's okay. The problem is, here's the thing. The problem is, for me, it's not just the, executive function prioritization stuff. It's that if one of those threads that I have to deal with happens to be more interesting than another, I don't want to switch back. But sometimes I just don't have control over the interest level, right? So it's funny because really, as I had it explained to me, for a lot of people, not for everybody, your choices on prioritization are not necessarily emotionally driven, but they can be stimulation driven. And in short, stimulation driven makes it very, very hard to get yourself to do things that your brain goes, you know you're not going to enjoy that. You know you don't like that activity. And even if you say, well, dang it, I just have to do it anyways. It's just not happening. But, yeah. It's kind of funny, though. There's more and more studies coming out these days that talk about how playing games that keep your brain active, which I'm not sure if this one counts, but playing games that keep your brain active is supposed to be good as you get older, right? Great. I haven't personally read a whole lot about what the studies say about what kind of games should be keeping your brain active. Like, I enjoy puzzling games and stuff, but that's not the be-all and end-all. Some people enjoy, every type of genre. There's a game that, people enjoy. It keeps their brain going. But does that mean that all games are useful like that? Or does it mean only certain kinds are useful like that? And if it is all games, then I look forward to the day that science takes over and people stop saying to me in real life, aren't you too old to be gaming? Or it's what kind of games do you play? And they assume something like Scrabble. I mean, no offense intended to those that are older than me. We'll put it that way. But I'm not even at the half-century mark yet. And I'm a parent. There's the other one, okay? At least, at minimum, assume I've got kids. Because sometimes, actually quite frequently, sometimes it's a way to connect with them, to game with them, Like my son and I were playing No Man's Sky. Some together, some not together, because its multiplayer is really janky. It is much more common now, right? But even so, there's still... Oh, but where I live, the other assumption I run into a lot is, even if it's not, are you too old, per se, The other assumption is, oh, well, I'm not sure how you managed to retire that early. Excuse me? I mean, I sort of appreciate the compliment that don't look old enough to retire, I guess, but on the other hand, that can be taken a little on the insulting side, that, you know, you have to either be, I don't know, a parent, retiree, or a, yeah, like or you're just immature. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever be happy with that situation. Just, I find that it's just inexplicable to my brain, for whatever that's worth. But I would like to stop having that. It's kind of funny because, yes, I told a story a while back to people in real life. I told it again and again in here. Oh, I got turned around again. Great. But I've told people here as well that I took my Republic of Gamers laptop. It's a bit older now. I'm actually just going to be ceasing using it because it's only Windows 10. Barely. Meaning it's one generation off of being able to be Windows 11. So that's why I'm annoyed by the whole situation, because I find one is just frustrating. You know, why not try and make it an incomplete line of chips? So I think mine's... can't remember what gen number it needs, but I needed to be one generation newer to be able to get Windows 11 on it. But anyway, I took my Republic of Gamers laptop to a scouting event where I was using it for spreadsheets. Nothing exciting, but quite literally, I was being a timekeeper and a race scorekeeper, and people spotted that I had Minecraft on there, and the kids spotted that I had Minecraft on there, and also that I had World of Warcraft on there, because I was playing that at the time. And they still said, so whose laptop is that? Mine. Which of your kids plays that game? Neither. It's like, well, who plays that game? I do. No. Adults don't play those games. It says the kids, thankfully. I'm like, yeah, they do. So the kid starts time quizzing me about things in Minecraft. You know? It's kind of weird. And I still have... And I'm still... Yeah, I'm the kid that plays... Well, I mean, depending on your point of view as to whether or not playing games is immature, then yeah, I guess I'm the kid. But it was just kind of funny and I don't know, I would say painful, but annoying, maybe might be a better way of putting it. It's like me, a tool. But of course, being an adult, you can't say that to kids. And then one of them says, oh, cool. Okay, well, if you think it's cool, then enjoy. But I've had that happen a couple of times. It's not just with the gaming, or sorry, not just with the gaming laptop, but different conversations that kids will be having amongst themselves, and one of them will start talking about Minecraft. What? Hey. Oh. I walked into a trap. That's my own fault. So the kids will be having a conversation about Minecraft. Where are you shooting from? I don't even see them. Over there somewhere? You don't have to come find me. Oh, there you are. Gotcha. Where was I going? The kids were having conversations amongst themselves a little bit on a local small hike we were doing. And they started talking about Minecraft and were saying, you know, I don't understand this or that. And I weighed in with just an opinion on, well, you know, if you do such and such, or did you know that you can, whatever. And it wasn't reason enough to be warden talk, but I mean, a good example of that would be sort of like, did you know you can cheese the warden by, etc., etc. And trust me, I've seen it done enough that I could probably feel confident trying it, but it is so anxiety-inducing that you're never going to see me actually do it. But anyways, the point being that it was something else I actually had done. And the kid's like, really? I never thought of that. Or hey, how'd you learn that? And I said, oh, when somebody said, oh, what video was that? It's like, no, not a video. I play. Really? And then we had great conversations after that. But so the kids were chit-chatting to me all about Minecraft while we were hiking. And it's like, I guess that's better than trying to find something to connect with. But it just felt strange. The other bit is, kids being kids will not always say things that make a whole lot of sense initially. But sometimes I forget. Not that I'm old. I mean, that's obvious. Older than the kids. Okay? But sometimes when a kid will go, oh, you play too? Like it's something completely unexpected and new and wow, adults play this too sort of surprise. Sometimes you can see it in their brains are going, can I get my parent to do that? The vast majority of the time it's more of a, hey, somebody else I can talk to, which is cool. But every so often I'll get a kid that'll talk to me about stuff like that, and then later, like at the end of the hike or at the end of the conversation, they'll just sort of come by and go, you know what? You're cool. And first off, part of me wants to go, is cool even a word anymore? Just because I use it? I just assume my slang is out of date? And say, yeah, you're cool. And then the other part of me wants to go, huh, well, that's pretty obvious then that they thought I wasn't cool previously. So, yeah. It is nice. It is nice. The other one that was funny was I had one that quite rudely asked me, a teenager actually at a camp, and he's got his own, he's got autism in the kind of socially uncomfortable sort of way. So, definite flex given there. But he asked me directly when he found out I played. So you see his wheels grinding, and then he turns to me and he says, so how old were you when you had kids? You must have been pretty young. Which, I mean, I'll take the compliment. But apparently when we sort of sussed it out, he thought, oh, this person must be much younger than I thought because they're still gaming. Because gaming is for young people, supposedly. And then, but therefore, since I was a parent, they just assumed that I must have had kids really young. It's like, no. Not particularly, no. It's funny, though. I was getting interviewed last week? I think it was last week. For just renewing or changing providers on some life insurance stuff. And I had a bit of a double take when they asked how old my siblings were. I've only got a brother, but I did the math and I realized oh, guys over 40, and I didn't even think about that. It's not something that normally would occur to me. For some reason, I still thought he was in his 30s, late 30s possibly, but still thought he was in his 30s. Yeah, their parents don't game. Yeah, very much so. Their parents don't game. Yeah, these youth, their parents don't game, and I think depending what kind of game it is, sometimes I suspect that their parents have a, aren't you too old for that particular kind of game? So, for example, I've actually verbally heard it when a parent says to a kid, I think you're getting too old for Roblox, which is kind of interesting considering that Roblox is trying really, really hard to keep it safe for younger people and interesting enough for adults. So it's sort of a weird one. Yeah, but I've heard them say that. It's like, aren't you too old for Roblox? And I I wanted to be snarky, but A, didn't have a good comeback, which is part of it. And, and B, just that being snarky never really gets you much of anywhere, because at some point it tends to bite you back. I'm gonna have some ads. Aw, more ads. More ads equals. I'm gonna take a break and play a little bit of words on stream. Well, depending on the age of the kid, I would totally agree with you. The other thing about Roblox is it's kind of designed in a way where it's designed to be addictive. So that's problematic in itself, I guess. But yeah, ads in about 20 seconds for those of you that need a break. Feel free to take a stretch, refill your drink, whatever works for you. I'm going to use that as a bit of a headspace resetter. Excuse me. Oh, there's a block in here somewhere. There we go. I'm going to use that as a bit of a headspace resetter. So I will let some of this junk despawn and fly.
Ads are starting, which means it's break time. Thank you for your patience and stream support.
I'm going to go in here so that I'm not as appealing to zombies and whatnot for the duration. Let's go around this corner. And let's take a quick break. Okay. This one, interact, sign in. They always sign me out, so I don't bother signing in ahead of time because it doesn't seem to stick. And maybe it'll work today, maybe it won't. Some days it takes a really, really long time to sign in. Here we go. Break time. Yay. All right. Start with this. want. Race. Not just too fast. I think that particular word was already taken. For the same reason that it could be misinterpreted. Hmm. 103, not bad. I very rarely see triple digits on this. So while we head into the next one, since we're only about 10 minutes out from having to raid, so tomorrow is going to be it's kind of my whatever Wednesday. So I just needed a bit of a break from doing Minecraft. And so Wednesday is becoming sort of like Puzzle Wednesday. Right now I'm playing a game called Quern Undying Thoughts. If you've ever seen Myst or Riven or Exile, like from that series from Cyan, this one's a totally different company, but this one's called Quern. They've got another one in the works, but I haven't seen it yet. So that's that one, and then I've also got, it might actually be the same company, I'm not sure, but there's a series of games, it's the House of Da Vinci, and I've got at least one of those ones, and then they've expanded it. There's other, they've got House of Tesla, and I can't remember what it is, there's one more. So I've got a few of those sorts of things. Of course, then we've got Down the Rabbit Hole Flattened, partly for me not being super into VR games. So yeah, the flattened version is the non-VR version. It's a bit point and click. I've got feedback that I moved the mouse and the camera too quickly, so I can slow that down a little bit. And might have helped me not miss things as much. Oops, I'm spelling it wrong. Yeah, same thing. I was thinking of a word that I thought had two R's in it, but it doesn't. Truther is a word I want to put in, but it's not a real word. Oh well, that's okay. We missed the end of that. That's fine. Let me out, please. Funocracy. I'm not even sure what that is. Alright, so let's go back to live briefly. Maybe. And just do a little bit more choppity chop. I should probably sleep it off first. Oh, yeah, definitely sleep it off first. Can I not get lost in my own house? I do very frequently get lost in here. And normally I'm not directionally challenged. Like in the real world, I usually know north, south, east, west, and all that jazz. I usually know all of those. As in, like, can find them. But sometimes, not so much. Random junk here and there. Oh, other way around. This way and that way. And that. Sticks. Alright. Not much left. So the poor guy who was dealing with dirt didn't have much to do today. But that's okay. We can bring him back on Thursday. Right? So where are we here? Okay, so I'm gonna target the green one and then work my way back. There we go. Ow! Smart. SMRT. Alright. So the aim at the moment, I'm just trying to make a swath big enough that I can see it all the way to the front. But yeah, for next season, I mean, people are talking about next season already on this server. And I haven't decided specifically what I'm going to do, but I think it's probably easier for me to keep on track if I stick with a mono theme, meaning that I've got multiple different things going. There's a witch down there now too? Seriously? Ugh. I don't like witches. Can you tell? Anyway, where's I going with this? Yeah, so the new season will probably be done up as some format of stuff related to Reboot. So I might be doing carpet arts or decorative stuff or test building things that are going to end up in my other world. That sort of stuff. Still be on the server. But it'll be... You think it's funny, do ya? Sometimes I think that laugh is one that I should add as a playable sound. Things like creepers and stuff is sort of common. Yeah, she's just laughing at me. Exactly. Exactly. Witches never did, it matters. Witches in games, sorry. Let me specify that. It's gonna be too... Oh, I'm gonna come through with a leaf wrecker. But anyway, so I'm gonna go off the Canadian cartoon show Reboot and do some stuff like that. I'm looking to find out whether or not I can get any sort of either a 3D print design or something similar of some of the main characters that I could then turn into a schematic. And with said schematic, potentially do on the server massive 3D statues of some of the characters. If not, some of them I'm willing to wing it and just try from scratch, but I'm really not good at organic shapes, so the more organic characters would actually probably not work out well. But then there's, you know, symbols and stuff like that, so it's difficult for me. Yeah, so that's really the gist of it. But that's where the large hard drive thing comes from, is if when you watch this show, the vast majority of it is set in a city that's the shape of a hard drive platter, because the whole thing is computer jokes, basically. So yeah, Reboot is quite literally rebooting something, right? And so their city is a hard drive, and the central office is sort of like the spin point, and that's called the principal office. And so that's where I'm starting in my archive world, but that's where all the circles come in. So this 448 that I was talking about earlier, this is super huge. That's just, so they've got the building itself in the center. Then there's bridges on either side and a sort of a bowl shape that floats underneath. And the bowl shape has 2 layers to it, so by the time we get to the outer diameter of the outer bowl, I guess, that we're talking, that's about 448 blocks. But then to do the diameter of the whole city is, oh geez, I'm trying to remember how many more chunks, but it's ridiculously more chunks. Which, I mean, that's fine because it's going to replace the world. And I'm looking forward to being able to put in some of my old builds in there by using schematics. But we're also going to need to find places, because that'll be a standalone world, so I'll also need to find places to put farms and stuff just to be able to make it work. And at the moment, it's not working all that well. So, yeah. So, yeah, it doesn't say much, but it feels like I've got a lot to do on that one, which is part of why we won't see it on stream a whole lot. Let's see, is this one caught up? Huh. Alrighty, so from here to the green marker, and out that way. Okay. But yeah, so on the community server, obviously I'm gonna need a base. I'm gonna need, you know, somewhere to live and some basic farm for supplies and all that. So there's all the usual stuff to do, but I don't think I'm going to need a full design for that unless I have thought about potentially making my base design on the server into one of the more iconic locations from the series. That's a possibility. Maybe I'll live in Dot's Diner or something. So that's a thought I've just sort of been playing with. Don't really know. As I understand it, I've got at least till November to figure it out. So that's good. Because it feels like lately there's just a whole lot of stuff going on. And that's just part of, you know, September, October when you're a parent. Things like that happen, but also when you're a parent involved in scouting, then there's a heck of a lot more stuff because we have events and camps and so on. And then, of course, Canadians have their Thanksgiving second weekend in October, so there's always that and the, you know, the whole who's hosting and who's bringing what and so on to worry about. And I don't know, I'll probably be on pies again this year. That seems to be the thing that they like to put me on. I'm surprised people still eat my pies because I'm kind of rusty. My husband, not that long ago, bought a pie, and I'm not offended by him buying things. I'm okay with that. But it was just funny because it was the first I'd heard of it, so I was hoping it was a spur of the moment on a whim purchase. It was, but I mean, it's just one of those ones that made me think, you know, it's the season where I should start offering to do that stuff. But I'm trying to focus on other things at the moment, and that's not meant as a bad pun on the whole trying to focus business. What I mean by trying to focus on other things is just I'm in that mood where I'm trying to get myself in order to make the day-to-day list of stuff that needs to get done as a homemaker not overwhelming. And if I can succeed at that, then we might have grounds to... Oh, I'm almost at the top of the hour. You might have grounds to actually do things. I guess it makes no sense, but the fun stuff needs to be... Why do I have shopping district turned on? I shouldn't have that. I do. Weird. Holiday in the overall... Yeah, there's a few extras. Yeah. A lot of fuss and bother. A lot of fuss and bother coming up in September, October, so I need to figure out what I want to do for Minecraft. That's part of why I play other games sometimes, is occasionally I just don't know. So I will admit the side effect of playing another game in the middle is also that I don't have to worry about feeling the minor level stupid anxiety that I'm going to, I don't know, what's the word? Not forget, but run out of things and be scrambling at the end, which is sort of stupid and counterintuitive. Anyway, I will say one of the things I do like about scouting and camps, as far as streaming is related, is that it definitely gives me fodder to chit-chat about. So there is that. Sometimes I wonder what I would do without a waypoint system. Survive it with a bunch of stupid pillars, I suppose. Okay, how do we get... Do I have most of this cleaned up? Most of it's cleaned up. Okay, great. So, let me get to the top of the plateau, because I guess the next step would be to start cutting down the dirt and flattening out to probably this level, I think. Which will be 64. Okay. Which is actually, pardon me, I think I joked about that before, that 64 is a perfect number, given that I was having a Beatles reference. So, you know. Let's flatten
2, 4, 6, 8, everybody hydrate!
Aha, perfect. Yes, everybody hydrate, and I will grab a proper glass of water. But it's also a good way of letting me know it's the top of the hour. So I will, I said, let me just, seriously. Does everybody have all the pieces? Okay. Where's the dirt dude? You? Okay, where's your buddy? I don't know. Grass block guy went on a holiday. Oh, spiders. Thank you, Mama Bear. You rock. That's exactly... Yeah, thank you so much. So, spiders are not my thing, as everybody's well aware. Okay. Let's get out of here. I think I should probably tie these guys to the post just for now, so that I'm fairly certain I know who is where at the time. So you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on. And yeah, we should have a 6th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the only one we're missing apparently is the grass block guy. And I could have sworn I had one. So he may have gone AWOL. That's okay. If I have to pick up grass myself, I'll do it. Because we've got most of the cutting done. So let's leave those guys out there and log out where it's safe and get a raid going. So if Mama Bear happens to be available to suggest a raid, that would be great. Otherwise, I will find one. Just a little discombobulated? Yes, that's the word. There. Alright, so let's see. This way? Yes. So let's see who we have to raid. And get that one on the show. On the blah, blah. Words. Words are a thing. I see. Yes. Well, that I can do. Streaming and meetings. Twitch related. There we go. It's okay. I've got some people. I just hadn't got them lined up. Oh, family friendly. Well, that, yeah, normally. Who have we got? Well, Gutty's been up for an hour, so that's probably a good target. I think it's our best one. Yeah, Slim Pickens, I'd say I would agree, because we've got, I'm seeing Gutty, Groova, or Slack Lizard. Those are the 3 I've got. And they all have very different vibes. So, anyway. I'm gonna go with Groova at the moment. This just feels more of a Groova kind of day, so we're gonna head over there. Thank you everybody for hanging out and chilling with me. Tomorrow I will set myself a reminder and an alarm to say, hey, it's a stream day, so that I actually know that it's a stream day, and that we can come down and do some puzzling stuff. As far as Minecraft goes, I'm hoping to be back on Thursday. Cross my fingers that everything will work out fine. But yeah, that's the plan for the week, is basically to have 2 Minecraft bookending a non-Minecraft day. It also helps that if I have some sort of really grindy stuff to do that I don't feel comfortable doing on stream, then I've got some time to do that. So let's start that raid to Groova, and hang on to your hats, I suppose.
Mischief
Back into
managed.
something that's closer to... Oops. We're back into something that's closer to being Froggo's time zone. That helps. All right. So thank you everybody that came by today. I appreciate the hydrate, Pristine Frog. That was wonderful. And I don't know if we actually got a... We're on our way out the door, so we might miss it, but let's go... Oops, I can't spell. There we go, tab. Actually, we had some good people. Yeah, I can't spell today. Okay. But apologies if I didn't get all the shoutouts caught this time. Fantastic Sherlock Fox and I had a conversation that says if he's got meetings, just don't show up, because I found it more disruptive than if he was in and out. So anyways, thank you to everybody who was conversing today. And that included Lass and Mama Bear and Pristine Frog and Phoenix and anyone else that was hanging out and lurking. I hope you have a wonderful day. We shall see you tomorrow. Please be kind to Groova, and bye-bye for now.
Transfer complete.